Hey everyone, it's Vanessa and welcome back to my channel. And I'm so excited that after 2 years and many requests, I'm bringing you an updated version of my top 10 adults only all-inclusive resorts for 2022. And I have to say these are the best of the best, just incredible all-inclusive properties. So if you're looking for privacy, romance, and incredible dining, look no further as I'll be giving you all the details of what makes these 10 the perfect picks for those of you looking for an adults-only all-inclusive escape. And I do have some new picks for my list this year that I can't wait to share with you guys. So let's get right into the countdown. Number 10, Hotel Musai. I've been talking a lot more about Puerto Vallarta lately in my reviews because it's such a beautiful and incredibly romantic location. And this beautiful all-inclusive is located in one of the best parts of the area, the Garza Blanca Preserve, which is 45 minutes from the airport and just 15 minutes from downtown Puerto Vallarta, located on a hillside that provides the most beautiful views of both the ocean in front and mountains behind the property. Opened in 2015, one of the things I love the most about this boutique adults-only resort is the feeling of glamour that you get when you arrive. The style very much reminds me of the W hotels if you guys have stayed there and are familiar with the brand. Lots of glossy surfaces and black and white color scheme with pops of bright color. A little bit Vegas in the lobby without being too over the top. But the resort is actually very quiet, with most of the guests being couples looking for a romantic stay. And this resort has some of my favorite rooms anywhere, with only 73 suites, but all of them are very modern yet luxurious and very roomy, starting at 1,069 square feet with private terraces or balconies. And as you start to upgrade, the categories add additional luxury amenities like butler service, aromatherapy turn-down service, and pillow menus. But this is one of the few times that I'll tell you guys the standard rooms are so nice that I really don't think upgrading is necessary at this property. Now, heading outside, one of the downsides of this resort, which is why it's at number 10, is that the beach is a 10-minute hike downhill, which isn't all that popular with some guests. It's a nice walk though. Plus, you have the option of a trolley ride if you prefer. But this is one of those resorts where the pool is definitely preferable to the beach. It's an infinity pool located rooftop, which gives you breathtaking ocean views, and the entire poolside experience is one of complete relaxation and calm. So you'll definitely want to dedicate part of your stay to some pool time. Dining here is very different from most all-inclusives in that there isn't much variety, but the quality is excellent. So a wonderful Japanese restaurant with incredible views, and the terrace has many functions throughout the day since it's such a small property, from breakfast nook in the morning to tea service in the afternoon, and then a lounge in the evenings. And of course you have the rooftop pool bar, which serves snacks and drinks throughout the day. But let me know what you guys prefer in all-inclusive dining. More options or better meals? I'd be curious to know your thoughts on that. So overall, an incredibly beautiful adults-only all-inclusive, both inside and out, with a very glamorous pool and hillside location and excellent dining, with the downsides being the 10-minute hike to and from the beach. And if you want to enjoy local activities, while they can be booked on site, they will be an extra fee. But if you're looking for an adults-only all-inclusive oasis, I highly recommend this resort in beautiful Puerto Vallarta. Number 9, Secrets Maroma Beach. I've talked about this resort in many reviews, and it's a very complete adults-only all-inclusive, certainly the hallmark of the brand, located on a private beach 30 minutes from Playa del Carmen in Riviera Maya, Mexico. And this is one of those adults-only properties that's definitely geared toward couples and romance. So if you're not looking for that, this might not be the property for you. Just lots of fountains and candles and little nooks everywhere, and very good service, I have to say, from the moment you arrive, which is one of the best things about this property. It's a pretty good sized resort too, with 412 rooms, but before I get into the rooms, I just want to say that despite the size of the property, everything still feels intimate and quiet, and you never feel crowded, which is really important for a romantic getaway. So back to the rooms, they were renovated a couple of years ago and have a very nice style and are also a really good size. All suites with sitting areas and furnished balconies or terraces, and daily restocked minibars come standard. But something important to note, most of the ground floor suites are swim-up style, and they have some negatives that you should consider, with lack of privacy number one, and the location for most of them doesn't allow for much sun, so the water can get a little chilly, so be careful of room location when booking. Outside, we find the main draws of the resort, beginning with the main pool, which consists of 2 adjacent ocean view pools, so 3 total, one with a swim-up bar, surrounded by umbrella loungers, cabanas, and hammocks both inside and outside the pool. But of course, the best part of this resort and what it's most known for is its beautiful white sand beach, lined with palapas and sunbeds, and it's the hub of the property for both relaxation and activity. You can enjoy windsurfing, kayaking, and snorkeling with equipment available right on the beach, or relax with a beachside massage and enjoy a Balinese bed. Or do both, that's the option I suggest. Unfortunately, seaweed can be an issue at this beach. They don't show that in all the beautiful images of the sand, but the staff does do a good job of staying on top of it. Dining is very good here. I'd give it a 7 out of 10 for quality and a 9 for variety, with plenty of options, not just for cuisine, but a lot of dining location options with equal number of indoor and outdoor restaurants, which is really nice. And you also have options for private romantic dinners on the beach for an extra fee, of course, or 24/7 room service. So a great adults-only all-inclusive if you're looking for a relaxing and especially romantic atmosphere. Ideal for couples with a secluded location on a beautiful beach, wonderful service, and good dining. With the downsides being the swim-up rooms aren't as ideal as you'd think, and seaweed on the beach. But I still think it's one of the best adults-only all-inclusive resorts, especially for couples. Number 8, LeBlanc Los Cabos. I have an entire video dedicated to the top 10 all-inclusives in Cabo because they have so many wonderful ones, but there are a surprisingly few number of adults-only all-inclusives in the area, and even fewer luxury options, which is why this is one of the best. And it's located right on the beach in that corridor that's halfway between San Jose del Cabo and Cabo San Lucas, about 20 minutes to each place and 30 minutes from the airport. So fairly convenient, and the property itself is very calm and peaceful, a very relaxing atmosphere everywhere, which is true of the LeBlanc Cancun resort as well, but the more isolated location of this property gives it even more of a peaceful paradise vibe. The whole style of this all-inclusive is very simple but chic and elegant, which is carried into the rooms, which are very nice and all come with mini bars and balconies. And when booking, try to get a room on a higher floor if possible, not because of noise, which is usually the case, but rather because only the rooms on floors 3 and above have views above the pools to see the beach and ocean. Otherwise, you'll just be looking at the pool and trees. Each floor also has a dedicated major domo, and they're very helpful with any housekeeping needs you might have, and they can even arrange a personalized aromatherapy program for your room, which is nice. And I will say they do a lot of aromatherapy scents throughout the property that they pipe in through the vents. I personally love it and think resorts that do that have much more of a relaxing and spa-like atmosphere, but I know some guests think it's a bit much, so I just wanted to give you a heads up about that. The pool complex here is just beautiful, one of the nicest, laid out in the shape of leaves right next to the beach, and the poolside service is great. I've said this in many videos already, but I'll say it again. As many of you get taken by surprise since you don't watch the entire video to hear all the information I give you, but the beaches in this area are not swimmable due to the strong surf. Some people say it's life-threatening. I wouldn't go that far, but certainly not safe to swim. But a tip I've given you before is to head to Playa El Chileno, which is a 10-minute drive away, and the waters here are very calm and swimmable. Since this all-inclusive is all about relaxation, I recommend checking out the spa, which takes up almost the entire second floor, and the hydrotherapy circuit is free to use. You don't have to book treatments, but I recommend doing at least one as well. I saved dining for last because it's some of the best at any all-inclusive, not just adults only. Everything is delicious, and the restaurants themselves are very elegant and just beautiful, perfect for an adults-only atmosphere. So overall, this is a wonderful all-inclusive, very peaceful, attractive. I'd even say you feel indulgent and luxurious when you're here. You get a very elevated experience compared to most all-inclusives. The main negatives, of course, are the unswimmable beach. That's a big one for many. And while the decor is beautiful and sophisticated, some guests prefer resorts that have more authenticity to the local area, which this one has none, quite honestly. And a minor thing which I actually love, but some of you might dislike, is the aromatherapy scents throughout. But if you're looking for a week of adults only relaxing indulgence, this is a wonderful option for you guys. Number 7, Unico 2087. And this adults only is located on a beautiful beach in Akumal, Mexico, about 30 minutes from both Playa del Carmen and Tulum, which means it's over an hour's drive south of Cancun, which is the nearest international airport. So that's the biggest negative of this resort. It's quite a drive to and from the airport. But the drive is worth it once you arrive and see one of the most beautiful all-inclusives. Not as impressive on the outside, but the interiors are beautiful and far more authentic than my number 8 pick, styled like traditional haciendas with modern touches. It just all really draws you in. Now, the vibe of the resort is very interesting. It's surprisingly lively during the day, which you wouldn't think to look at it, with DJs playing loud music and lots of activities and classes going on, like tequila tastings and outdoor fitness classes. But then at night, it gets very quiet. And while they do have live music a few nights a week, some guests feel that the nightlife here is lacking, especially compared to the activity level during the day. The 448 rooms are big and luxurious, a lot of authentic style again, and a lot of light as well, with floor-to-ceiling windows, which open up to big furnished terraces in each room, many of which have panoramic ocean views. Just so pretty. So staying outside, as I was saying before, the resort has 3 pools, 2 that are very busy and louder during the day, with swim-up bars and music and activities like the dance classes and tequila tastings. DJs play here several days a week, so definitely more of a fun and social atmosphere. Before a completely different change of pace, the 3rd pool, Escondida, which literally means hidden, is tucked away in a quieter part of the resort, and you'll hear very soothing spa-like music playing here, so very nice options with something for everyone. The beach is another highlight with soft white sand, great wait service, and you can enjoy non-motorized water sports as well as part of your rate. Dining is great here, both variety and quality is excellent, and this is actually one of the few on my list that serves authentic local cuisine in addition to the usual cuisine options. So a very solid adults-only all-inclusive overall, with a lot of variety in the type of stay you want to have. Whether you want to have a more fun and active stay or a more relaxed vacation, you can definitely have both here. It's got a nice beach, great pools, beautiful rooms and style throughout the property, with more local authenticity than most resorts, and wonderful dining. The big negative is, of course, the hour-long drive to and from the airport, and not too much in the way of nightlife, especially in comparison to daytime activity options. But still a beautiful adults-only all-inclusive that's good for couples and groups of friends alike. And I think that it's actually the perfect balance if you're looking for fun and active days, but quiet and restful nights. You'll really like it here. Number 6, Sanctuary Cap Cana. I've talked about this adults-only all-inclusive in many videos, so I won't belabor the point, but it's an incredibly romantic resort sitting on a beautiful white sand beach just 15 minutes from the Punta Cana airport. And the best thing is its very unique design, made to look like a Spanish castle and village, and it's a big resort that's perfect for exploring. And it was made even bigger in 2018 through 19 when they added an extra 185 rooms, bringing the total to 323 suites, which are split into 3 sections: the castle, which is my favorite, the main colonial section, and the villas. All have private outdoor spaces, and most have great ocean views. And you can get swim-up suites, honeymoon suites, villas, and everything in between. Just lots of options with daily restocked minibars, and the luxury villa and castle suites all come with butler service. For activities, you have 6 pools, so no single one ever gets too crowded, with the most popular one being the big lagoon-shaped infinity edge pool overlooking the beach, and it's just gorgeous. And speaking of, the beach is beautiful. Wide with nice white sand and clear water, lots of seating from both loungers and cabanas, and even a beach bar that actually serves food, not just snacks. A strange and unusual downside about this property is that non-motorized water sports are not included in your rate, which is rarely the case at all-inclusives, so I just wanted to give you a heads up about that. As far as dining, plenty of variety, but quality can be hit or miss. It's one of those places that honestly depends on how busy they are, what dining location you choose. Some meals are wonderful, and some could use some improvement. So dining is okay overall, that's what I'd say about it. Not good, not bad, just satisfactory. But on a more positive note, all you golfers out there, this all-inclusive has easy access to what many believe to be the best golf course in Punta Cana, and the resort will give you a free golf cart ride over so you can enjoy a great day of golf. So overall, other than the dining being just okay and the water sports not being included, this is a great all-inclusive for a romantic adults-only getaway. It has a really convenient location, a lovely beach, very unique and special setting and design, great facilities and amenities, making it one of the best adults-only all-inclusives. Number 5. Jade Mountain. If there's one adults-only all-inclusive when you think of a romantic vacation, this is it. Thanks to its breathtaking views and very unique design, built like a tabletop sitting against a mountain 300 steps above shore. No, you won't get direct beach access, which is definitely one of the negatives of this resort, but it's the resort's unique location and elevation which sets it apart from the competition. And in addition to its special location, the other very special thing about this resort is its 29 suites or sanctuaries, and few suites in the world can compare to their famous missing fourth wall design, though many have tried to copy them. Each one is huge, just so much space, with 15-foot ceilings and built with 20 different types of tropical hardwood and walls made from coral plaster from Barbados. Each suite comes with a comfy lounge area, dining table, and minibar, as well as 2 cushioned loungers, which all face the ocean and the mountains as well. Now, the famous infinity pools that are in so many pictures are actually only included in 24 of the 29 sanctuaries, and the size of the pools range from 450 to 900 square feet. And something to note, the higher the room, the bigger your pool will be. And a small detail that I personally really like is that the pool water is filtered and sterilized without chemicals 6 times each day, so you'll never smell chlorine or have algae build up in your pool. Dining here is wonderful, incorporating local organic produce, and you can enjoy all your meals with some of the most amazing backdrop scenery. And some nights they'll even have live jazz or acoustic guitar playing, just a very romantic meal setting. As far as activities, there's a shared infinity pool, which is mostly for guests of the 5 sky suites, which don't have their own pool, but you're welcome to use it. And the resort sits on 600 acres, which is filled with trails so you can go hiking, jogging, biking, whatever your preference to take in the amazing scenery. They even offer daily guided tours, which are included. And while the on-site spa isn't particularly impressive, and even the treatments can be hit or miss, what is great is the option to have the treatments in your room or on your terrace where you can relax while taking in the surroundings. Just so nice. Now, all of this beauty and romance comes at a cost. It's one of the most consistently expensive all-inclusives in the Caribbean, and that was true even before the pandemic. And you won't have televisions or air conditioning in your rooms, which is a big con for many. It's a long, bumpy ride to get there, and perhaps worst of all, getting to the beach requires a hike or shuttle ride. But honestly, despite all of those things, if you're a couple looking for a private and romantic all-inclusive, this is one of the best in the world for a romantic vacation, offering the perfect blend of nature and luxury with excellent, incredibly attentive service, and best of all, some of the most stunning views in the world, making this one of the best all-inclusives for an adults-only getaway. Number 4. Excellence Oyster Bay. Heading now to northern Jamaica, this adults-only all-inclusive has a very special location right on its own peninsula just east of the Falmouth cruise port. And because of that, you really feel like you're in your own private oasis here, tucked away from everything. So quite a contrast compared to an area like Montego Bay, which is just 40 minutes away. And I think it's one of the nicest resorts in northern Jamaica, period, all-inclusive or not. Which means it has a very broad appeal for guests of all types, from couples to groups of friends looking to have fun, bigger family groups. Everyone loves this place. The rooms are very attractive and come with daily restocked minibars and nice big terraces, most with ocean views and jetted tubs or private plunge pools. A little tip: the quietest rooms are outside of the main building, but honestly, the only noise you'll hear if you do stay in the main building is for a couple of hours at night when they have evening shows, so not too big a deal. And another tip: try to book their beach villas if you can. They opened in 2019 right before the pandemic hit, so they didn't get a lot of publicity, unfortunately, but they're really nice. Pricey, but so beautiful and luxurious, with your own private pool, butler, and best of all, direct beach access. The dining is great and very generous. You don't need reservations, but hands down, the best thing here is definitely their beach, which essentially stretches the entire length of the resort, and from what I've seen, is pretty seaweed free, which is big when you've been to many of the other resorts in the area. The beach also has more than enough seating. The beachside wait staff is great throughout the day, bringing drinks and snacks, and you really feel like you're lounging in your own private corner of paradise with a very exclusive yet laid-back vibe. The main pool has plenty of in-water and poolside loungers and umbrellas, and poolside staff is very good, promptly serving drinks and snacks here as well. And then at night, theater shows and the martini bar are very popular. It's one of those resorts that definitely provides some nightlife, but nothing too crazy. No wild parties or clubs if that's what you're looking for. But if you like a bit more fun with your adults-only all-inclusive vacation, this Jamaican resort is the perfect blend of sun, beautiful beach with perfect sand, and a lively adults-only atmosphere that doesn't get too crazy, and you honestly really can't go wrong with the Excellence brand. They always provide a wonderful all-inclusive experience. Before I get into the top 3, I don't ever say this, but to be perfectly honest, all 3 of my top picks are equally wonderful. No matter which one you choose, you're going to have a wonderful adults-only all-inclusive stay. But this is a countdown, of course, so I had to pick. And my number 3 choice is Iberostar Gran Paraíso, which has slowly become one of my favorites, and that of many others as well, and I can't wait to share why. First of all, this all-inclusive is very much a luxury experience for a relatively budget price, which is the main reason it's so popular. It's centrally located in Riviera Maya, just 25 minutes from the Cancun airport, so a very convenient location, and it's part of the huge 5-resort Iberostar complex, and you can take a golf cart shuttle ride and use their beaches and amenities as well. So already, you're getting a lot for your stay. But just know, this is the only adults-only resort in the complex. So, lots of guests liken this place to Vegas, and I think that's because everything is done on a grand scale. Big, impressive architecture that does look like the Bellagio, gorgeous landscaping, columns and fountains everywhere, a jaw-dropping lobby with frescoes and skylights, and an indoor garden with marble floors. It's one of the most impressive first impression all-inclusives anywhere. Now, believe it or not, for such a grand resort, there are only 310 rooms, and they are beautiful, you guys. Big, with a separate sitting area and a private balcony or patio, and I do have some booking tips for this one. Corner rooms on higher floors will be more expensive, but definitely worth the extra cost in my opinion for the incredible views you get. And it's buildings 70 and 71 that have the best ocean views. So while we're on the subject, the beach is very nice and wide with lots of palapas for shade, but, and this is one of the few downsides of this place, the surf usually gets pretty rough and the seabed is rocky. so if you're not an expert swimmer, I wouldn't go in. And because of this, their 3 saltwater pools are very popular. The main pool is very Vegas, indoor-outdoor style and a good size, with plenty of in-water and poolside loungers, but still gets pretty full. Sometimes it's hard to find a lounger, so sometimes you're better off heading to the relaxation pool, which gives you more space with cabanas. And both the food and drinks that you can order to be delivered poolside are very good, and the pool concierge is wonderful, supplying towels and even sunscreen and reading materials, so some extra touches that you don't usually find at all-inclusives. Golf is big at this resort with access to the Playa Paraíso Golf Club, and that's in addition to dance lessons, canoeing, sailing, snorkeling, and scuba lessons for beginners in the pool. At night, they hold Vegas-style shows in the theater, mostly music concerts with some magic and comedy shows as well. Dining is very high quality here. The chefs really take extra care with every dish, making them look especially attractive and appetizing. But one important thing to note, which might be considered a negative, men are required to wear long pants and collared shirts to dinner, so be sure to pack accordingly. So in summary, with the exception of the rough surf and resulting crowded pools, this is one of the best adults-only all-inclusives out there. There's no question it's big, so if you're looking for a more boutique-style property, this might not be a good fit for you. But if you're looking for luxury and endless amenities, there's no question this is a very high-end experience across the board, making it one of the most popular adults-only all-inclusive resorts. Number 2, beloved Playa Mujeres. About a half hour north of the hotel zone in Cancun and 35 minutes from the airport, you'll find what's probably my favorite all-inclusive as far as aesthetics. Everything is very calm and peaceful, with a very intimate boutique vibe, very easy to get around, and it's just an incredibly attractive resort. Everything is so pretty and serene, and it really doesn't seem like an all-inclusive at all, but rather a very high-end boutique resort. And because of its smaller size, you'll immediately notice the very personalized service from the check-in cocktail and cool towel to the pillow menu in the rooms. And with only 109 suites, it's definitely small for an all-inclusive, spread out over 3 main buildings of 2-story beachfront casitas, all of which feature included liquor, a furnished balcony or terrace, and if you upgrade to the higher categories, you'll get swim-up pool access or a private plunge pool. And if not, there are 3 main pools to choose from, including one that has a swim-up bar, DJ, and overlooks the beach, which is beautiful, just like everything else here. One of the standouts is the huge 35,000 square foot spa, which features indoor and outdoor hydrotherapy pools, 14 treatment rooms, and plenty of fitness classes to choose from. All-inclusive rates cover unlimited premium liquor, quality dining at 4 a la carte restaurants where no reservations are required, and 24-hour room service. Even the included activities are better than most, with options like guided kayaking and bike tours. The only issues with this one are that seaweed on the beach can be a problem, as well as the price. But quality doesn't come cheap, unfortunately, and this is one of the absolute best all-inclusives. The other thing that most people don't really talk about is the fact that it is couples only. So this does eliminate a lot of potential guests, but if you are looking for a romantic adults-only all-inclusive getaway, this is the best. And the only adults-only all-inclusive that's better sits right next door, and that's Excellence Playa Mujeres. I talk about this one over and over in my reviews, but until something comes along to top it, I'll continue to do so. And just search for other reviews online to see that I'm hardly alone in my opinion of this place. But since I've talked so much about this all-inclusive in other videos, I won't bore you guys. Check those more in-depth reviews out. So I'll just say everything is just wonderful at this property. Staff will greet you with hot towels and cold water in the beautiful lobby that leads to a huge multi-story atrium under a stained glass ceiling around a grand staircase. And the 450 modern and luxurious rooms are huge and have big whirlpool tubs and all have balconies, many with ocean views. And if you want to splurge, swim-up suites and rooftop terrace suites with private plunge pools are also available. Heading outside, they have 7 pools, 4 of which are heated during the winter months, and they're spread out over 55,000 square feet and surrounded by palapas and cabanas everywhere, so plenty of surrounding lounge space. You'll always find a place to relax. The incredible main pool winds around the entire beachfront area of the property, and it's filled with lots of unique and special touches like overwater hammocks, in-pool chases and loungers, and even shallow platforms where you can take in the sun while staying cool underwater. But the best pool is definitely the lazy river, just so relaxing, and this ties the whole pool complex and really much of the resort all together. The beach is very peaceful and pretty with very calm water, and while there is a little bit of seaweed, it's not much at all, barely noticeable. The number of options at this resort for activities and amenities is astounding, including a high-end spa, a theater for nightly entertainment, and your rate includes non-motorized water sports, fitness classes, Spanish lessons, kayaking, snorkeling, windsurfing, paddleboarding, scuba lessons, water polo. I mean, just endless. There are 10 restaurants serving a wide variety of cuisines such as Italian, Asian, Mexican, and Indian, plus 11 bars offering premium alcohol and 24-hour room service. And just FYI, some restaurants require dress codes, so be sure to pack for that. But there's really no negatives to speak of here. You get a very attractive and luxurious adults-only resort that really elevates that all-inclusive experience with beautiful suites, excellent options for activities and amenities, and wonderful service, all in a gorgeous beach setting, making this my #1 adults-only all-inclusive resort. So as you can see, there are many incredible adults-only all-inclusive resorts, and whichever one of these 10 options you choose for your next vacation, I promise that you'll get a very high-quality experience. I have some highly requested videos coming up for you guys. I appreciate all your suggestions, so if you haven't already, please subscribe and don't forget to ring that bell for video notifications. This is Vanessa for Passport Pages. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye, guys.